Lowe's knows that free makes everything better. That's why our rewards members get free standard shipping on the things they need and want, starting at Silver Key status every day. Savings for rewards members add up fast, so why wait? Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/shipping terms. Subject to change.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. It is 12:04 p.m. That's noontime, and it's May 22nd, 2020, and I'm going to do the midday motivation. And it's Friday, known as Freaky Friday, and hopefully by the end of the night, you'll get you some act right. And I just want to say that somewhere out there, that the sun is shining, and because it's shining here, so I know it's shining somewhere out there, and somewhere the rain is falling, and that's still good too, because it puts you right to sleep where you need to be. And I just want you to understand that you are your biggest fan, so that makes me my biggest fan, and I get up and I do this because I like it, I love it, and I want more of it. It's like that what they used to say back in the day about school. But I've been scrolling through Facebook or whatever, stuff catches my attention on there, and certain stuff catches my attention and just mesmerizes me, hypnotizes me. It blows my mind, and I see in other places or whatever the violence that is taking place. Like, oh my God, like what is going on? Like, what kind of person it's a video out going on right now. It's pretty viral. A white girl or whatever, and I guess it's her boyfriend. I don't know, not too many details, just saw the video. Basically, they're all hanging out or whatever. Then there's another, he looks kind of mixed, black kid or whatever. And next thing I know, they telling him to get out of their house or apartment or whatever over some Xanax pills, so over some pills and probably some weed or whatever, and they over there all smoking and whatnot. And next thing I know, they show the I'm gonna call him the bad guy, her boyfriend or whatever, who will most likely, after everybody pushes the issue with like they are, will probably end up in jail for what he's done. And along with her, because she's in there recording as an accessory or whatever, and not stopping it at all, really instigating it, egging it on. The reason it happened because of her. So, that's a good, assault charges could be pressed and charged and filed. And I'm not. I think it was in Wisconsin, according to what I saw on Facebook. Don't know anything about that state, that where Milwaukee is or something. So, anyway, I'm watching this video, and he's a young teenager, so I'm gonna say he's like 13 to 15, and let's just assume they're all in the same age category, from 13 to 16, or whatever. All the way maybe up to 18, 13 to 18. The teenagers, kids. And I see this, and next thing I know, the young man is laying in the bed, and the older, because he's like older, probably stronger, comes in and just starts whamming on him, laying him out, hitting him. And in the process of hitting him, you already see like he's spitting blood up, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, that's enough. You would think that. They're like, nah, move the pillow. You don't let him bleed out on the pillow, you know what I'm saying? He's still hitting him. Get out of my house, you know what I'm saying? You just stole a girl pills, you know what I'm saying? You just took her drugs, which is like, oh my God, I can't believe that you're making an issue about drugs and pills and Xanax or whatever, which is probably illegal there like it is illegal here. So you talking about these illegal drug activity that you got going on, and you're not concerned about this young man's well-being at all. You're like straight bullying, straight assaulting this young man, talking about get out of your house, and you like every few seconds or so you beating him down like in the head, Like this young man could have a concussion or a contusion or suffer some sort of brain misfunction or aneurysm or whatever the case might be. You never know. So it's just crazy. I saw that, and I'm talking about, like, you know how you see like a Quentin Tarantino film and blood's everywhere and guts are going everywhere, or a Saw movie, or any gory kind of movie where it was like straight bloody, and the dude, the young man, was just. It's like he was so out of their days because he may have already like they're over taking Zans. They're probably like really out of there, and with that being the case, he can't even function right now. You know what I'm saying? But you just gonna keep beating him up. There's nothing worse than I can't stand a bully. I can't stand watching somebody just beat on somebody that can't defend themselves. Like, all right, you done proved your point. You know what I'm saying? Like, you win. Like, you get no points for taking on or beating up a defenseless person. You know what I'm saying? That's just like if you someone came along and saw a homeless guy and started beating him down, or an older person or whatever, like that's why in boxing and MMA and all that other stuff, they put you against people that are in your same size category and weight category and height, and like they measure you up. You know what I'm saying? They're not finna put you in there. It's not finna be a David and Goliath. You just want, well, someone's got to win. But as far as like body mass or whatever, they put you in there with somebody that's pretty much like the same body mass, and that's why they have categories for it, for like featherweight, heavyweight, lightweight, midweight, or whatever. They have categories for that. I've always been somewhat of a boxing fan because that is the only time that I'm okay with fighting. Like these people have volunteered to step in the ring together and fight one another in a fair fight, and I feel like if there's gonna be a fight, a fair fight is what it's about. I don't like how somebody is way bigger than someone, or maybe even like on a mental level, like one person might be a little mentally unstable and one might be like like valedictorian or whatever, and one might be like this I've been boxing for years and like a career boxer, and then you got this person that's like never thrown his first punch before because they don't believe in violence. Everyone isn't savage, and everyone, what I'm saying, I know they got everybody out there, Megan's got everybody out there talking about I'm a savage or whatever. That's cool, and everybody out there boosting the talking about savage life and whatever, that's cool. But in Pocahontas, they talking about they savages or whatever, and they both call each other that. But at the end of the day, it boiled down to they end up fighting because they found peace. You know what I'm saying? They found a way to coexist, and sometimes that's what you got to do. You got to figure it out. You got to solve the problem. It doesn't always have to be a battle or a fault or a war. And I watched the movie Midway last night, and I mean, it's part of our history, the attack on Pearl Harbor, the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, whatever. And I have seen the movie Pearl Harbor, and that right there, it's just a historical moment. It's like I can talk about that, or I can talk about World War One, but like these things, war, it happens or whatever. Vietnam, in the 80s they had the Cold Wars or whatever. So all I'm saying is, in some battles we had to fight. It was inevitable. We had to fight. We had to step in. Like I'm saying, World War II, because it was the direct attack on us, and in World War One, it was like something that didn't really involve us, but we stepped in and we helped out anyways. So that's the difference between the two world wars, if anyone asks. And it kind of took us a little minute because people were in disbelief about what was going on over there in Poland and in Germany and all of that. You know what I'm saying? They we were in disbelief in Berlin and all that. We were in disbelief of the actions that were going on during the time of World War One during the Holocaust season. Like, we can't believe that someone would have so much hate in them to want to rise up and just kill people because they were not like what he wanted them to be like. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a brief moment in history. But if you go back before then, same similar situation with the Civil War. Part of it had to do with what was not right and what other people thought was right. You know, differences of opinion. And then, if you go back before then, you have, let's say, the French Revolution or whatever, and they over there starving, and you know, all I'm saying is, there's a time to fight and know what you're fighting for, and then there's a time to where fighting is not going to resolve the issue. I mean, you gotta have a backbone, but sometimes it's just not going to stop. Sometimes fighting presents itself with more fightings and more problems. What is it worth to you? Like, what is your life worth to you? What is it worth for you to change your life? Like, think about that. You don't want to go down that hole. You don't want to go down that rabbit hole and explore the violence. Like, violence begets more violence. They say an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. Think about that. I just feel like, what are you fighting for? I mean, people will fight just because you looked at them. People will fight just because you're not wearing the color that they feel that you should be wearing in their area. People will fight because your skin tone is darker or lighter than theirs. People will fight because they don't understand you. You don't speak the same language, you know. And I'm not even talking about a different language per se. I'm talking about we both speak English, but your version of English is not the same as mine, you know. Like, your slang is something else. I don't know. I mean, it seems like every month or so, it's a new word being presented that that it's not, like I say, it's generational too, because I've been tracking down the whole double thing, and I still can't figure it out. I don't know when it came on the scene and when it became part of the vocabulary programming or whatever, when people be like, I'm this, you know what I'm saying? And if you don't get what I'm talking about, when somebody be like, I'm mad or something, you know, I don't understand it. I use it because, you know, when in Rome, you know, or it's like my mom used to be like, stop saying, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know, stuff like that. I know I pretty much got that from like rappers, you know, and pimps and stuff. I see something off of TV that I seen and it stuck, and that's just where we are with it. I try to pinpoint all points in time where certain things changed. I have a conversation with some friends, and I talk to them about when did leggings become pants, you know. Back in the day, those were just the things that you put up under dresses or whatever to go to church in. Now it's like okay for you to leave the house in it and walk around like, you know, extra provocative is how I look at it. Like, back in the day, they had corsets and things of that nature, and nowadays, because leggings are kind of like pants, and you know, so like I say, but they're not. They're like very thin. So, but yes, I'll leave you with this bit of motivation. Get your life right. check yourself before you wreck yourself. You know what I mean? That's one of them old school sayings that I used to hear when I was a kid. Boy, you better check yourself before you wreck yourself. You know, they even said it in rap songs back in the day. And no shade, no cap, you know, but we got to do better. So if you're interested in trying to better yourself, check down below. Look at the links down below in the description down below. Click on it. Check it out. Follow me. I got a YouTube channel. And like, comment, subscribe, and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Give me some feedback, and I appreciate it. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.